Alrighty. I have everyone's attention. Full undivided attention. And when I mean everyone, I mean the 6 people waiting on the stream to start. Hi, everyone. That's quite a lot of you waiting on me to show up and do my thing. The guys have nothing else to do? In all due respect, I mean, I've had nothing to do. I've been playing, what, Destiny all of today? Not really. Not really. I was getting a few shorts and clips and videos together. Basically, I do a lot of my post-stream stuff like that I'm supposed to, like organizing the VODs, getting clips together, getting video projects together. I usually do that in the morning. Granted, it's probably better for me to do it after stream before I head to bed, but regardless, it's something to figure out in time. Also, let me see if the chatbot is better now. Good. Yeah, for some reason, someone was saying some not nice things at the end of the stream, and even though I banned them and tried removing the messages, for some reason, the chatbot that I end up using did not get rid of the messages. No matter how much I cleared the chat, it just stayed there. So I had to deal with it, and that's why I disabled chat for just a second. Also, hi, Oscar. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Hello, Nova. Fern, Almighty Bacon. Is it Loix or Ioix? Can I go, hey, Loix? I feel like you'd prefer that now. Hey, Loix. Apparently, I learned that people do it to that whole thing to some Yu-Gi-Oh card that's apparently in the meta. They go, hey, Beta. Hey, Peta. I don't know why. I don't even know what's useful about that card. It seems like a really interesting, not great win condition. But hey. I still don't understand why a lifeguard jacket out of all clothes. It's very unique. Can't say you don't know other people that have it. I mean, you probably do. But distinct and unique is what I'm trying to go for, but not specifically that. It's a whole can of worms to get into. I'll probably do a video discussing it later. But also, I have just been kind of lazy, taking a lot of mental health time recently, and you know what? I'm proud of myself for it. Everyone should, and I know I'm doing a pretty good job at that. If we want to send you something, do you have a P.O. box? I used to have a P.O. box. I don't anymore. And that is strictly because it is absurdly expensive to get a P.O. box. It is so extremely expensive. So, haven't really been able to get one. But in time, I would like to. I feel like it would be a fun little thing to add again, or do. I emailed you about the Arcanine fan art. I don't see an email. Are you lying to me? Probably not. But I can check my spam and whatnot after, but I appreciate you letting me know. We do like Arcanine and Life Jacket. Yes, we do. 115 a year? It's not 115 a year near me, let me tell you. It was like 80 bucks a month. 80 bucks a month for a small mailbox. It was actually pretty bad. I wish it was 115 a year, but nah. You should see what the price for an LLC is here for a year. Oh, lordy. Look, things are expensive, but hey, you know, I do my best to save as much money as I can. Also, happy birthday, stalkers. Can we get some happy birthdays for stalkers in the chat? Some life jackets and hearts and all the best wishes to stalkers. Our beloved mod here, and also a lovely fellow furry YouTube content creator. What do you got planned for your birthday, or I guess birthday weekend? Because I know your birthday's today, but a lot of times you have like a whole birthday weekend. Some people have a birthday week, some people have a birthday month. But I hope you're celebrating as well as you can this upcoming weekend. My mom treated me to dinner earlier this evening. Aw, that's sweet. Good dinner, good food. Well, you should still celebrate, do some fun stuff. See if we can make some plans with locals, or if anyone's doing anything, and you just hop on that. And then if they know it's your birthday, then you get a special treat added to it. You know how some people kind of go around, like, I saw a TikTok of this a bit ago, where, like, supposedly at different fast food establishments, you can go and get whatever free menu item they offer because it's your birthday. Like, when it was my birthday earlier in January, I went and got my free coffee from Starbucks. Apparently, you can go into all these different establishments and they'll give you, like, a freebie because it's your birthday. You could do that. Or you could do something like, you know, you play the birthday card and then your friends feel obligated to, you know, do something fun. Not to say that it should be for that reason, but they tend to. I know for me, my friends tend to go above and beyond. But yeah, happy birthday to you, stalkers. I hope you have a lovely birthday. I'll do my usual good wishes for a happy birthday. Oh wait, I forgot to enable chat. Give me a moment. Happy, 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 happy. Is your happy birthday song from yours truly? It's very unique because I did it all on the spot. Are you proud of me? I'm pretty good at this impromptu stuff, sort of. God, I look like a mess. I am so sorry, chat. I mean, to be fair, for a lot of what you're going to be watching, thank you, what you're going to be watching today is less about my face and more of what's on my desk in front of me. Not at this current moment in time. It's behind my fursuits in the back, which if you can see that binder. Yeah, that's the binder of all my Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. There's a lot. I still need to get more binders and organize them properly, because some cards I want to sell, some cards I want to keep. I've just been doing a lot of cleaning out recently. I'm not going to give that proper context. Give it the context you would like. But yeah, I've been cleaning out a lot of my crap and just kind of getting it all together into like organized bins so I don't have to worry about one thing not being where it should be in the future, especially if I like move or I need to move stuff around. So yeah, that's what I've been pretty much doing. Thank you for the inflates. Sometimes you need that, okay? Sometimes you just need that. I need that especially. Also, hi Govan, I hope you're doing well. My roommate and me have been using the same toothbrush for weeks. That's disgusting. Took my toothbrush and have been using it. I mean, at the end of the day, like, toothpaste is like antibacterial, right? It cleans the bacteria and gunk off the teeth. You know, it's just like buildup over time. I wouldn't say it's... Could be worse things it could be sharing, you know? Also hydrating. I'm drinking my liquid IV water, which is... I don't know why I still drink this. It's been good. It's helped me stay hydrated and energetic, but just can't recall why I need it. Why do I need it? As I proceed to hydrate. But also, hello, Dragon Fox, and hello, the other dragon. I know you're here. I saw you earlier. And also, hi, Suna. Yeah, my nails, they're kind of chipping away a little bit. They're not exactly the best. And this one's even worse. You can see, ooh, that ring finger. Yeah, not looking good. That's a little sad. But hey, the good thing is the more I paint my nails, the more they're going to be accustomed to being painted. So, which does not make any sense. It just makes sense to me. But yeah, next time I paint my nails before Megaplex, I should be good to have them on for like give or take a week or so. Which I gotta ask, for anyone that's going to Megaplex, have you guys managed to get a room like extended from like Friday to Thursday? Instead of you checking in on Friday, it's Thursday, because that's what my roomies and I are trying to do, because the con is from Friday to Monday, so we want to do the whole Wednesday to Monday sort of thing for other cons. So this time the rooms we would want to have would be from Thursday to Tuesday. We got the extra day on Tuesday, just we've been checking in every day and there's been nothing on Thursday. Has anyone else had that problem? Does anyone else have a room from Thursday to Tuesday at Megaplex? And if so, can I crash? Because I am not I'm not changing my flights. I already paid points for them. I'm not extending that. Though I could, you know, at the end of the day, it really wouldn't be at the end of the world, but regardless. Also, hi, Pup Sentinel. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Hope you all are having a lovely Friday, a lovely evening on Friday. And, yeah, what's new on the docket for you guys? Any fun news, any things going on besides what we're doing today? YouTube cooldown is so bad? Yeah, I mean, it's for good reason. It's also just because YouTube chat. Not to say I don't trust you guys, but in all due respect, not everyone here You know who you are. It requires confidence to know, you know, you're just like chilling, chatting, and all that. But you know what I mean. Also, yeah, Ollie, thank you again for the gifted subs yesterday. I know you had gotten a gifted sub, Draken Mix Extra. Yeah, that's your name. I appreciate all the gifted subs, guys. I do appreciate all the support recently. It's definitely helped with me trying to go through pretty much the creative process of getting these videos done, because I know a lot of that is supposed to be my supplementary income for being a full-time YouTuber, but you know how it'd be. The creative process can be very hit or miss, and sometimes you're burnt out. I'm not necessarily burnt out. I just have not been wanting to be on a constant grind, and I want to do things genuinely rather than for the sake of, ooh, I should do this because it's good for me. So yeah, you know, just been taking my time. You know me, doing my usual thing. But yeah. Oh yeah, the whole AI of age verification thing, I don't know what's gonna happen with it. Still haven't seen much of it actually taking effect, but we'll see as time comes. Did I make sure to close my drawer? I did. Good. I was wondering if something was in the back that I shouldn't have.
Volume loud, reverb, pitch 150%. Help, I am lost in thy sauce.
What kind of sauce are we talking? Is it like a nice honey mustard or like a teriyaki sauce? Ooh, I'm thinking of making that soon. Might marinate some chicken in like a nice teriyaki sauce. Ooh, gochujang. Ooh, and then bake the chicken and then use the rest of the leftovers in like a sauce or like a gravy. Ooh. Sounds pretty good, to be honest. You don't use the same text-to-speech? I don't. I don't know what exactly the text-to-speech is. I just kind of... Actually, I don't even know which one. I think it's just the alert box one through, like, Streamlabs. I've still been using, like, the old Streamlabs notifications for years and years now. It's not bad, honestly. I mean, I don't pay for anything with Streamlabs because I don't use it. In fact, a lot of what I would want to use in time is, like, Stream Elements stuff. So, it's actually kind of tricky. Which would I want to switch to? It's a whole thing of, like, going through and doing it, man. It's not like you do it once and it's good. It's like, there's a lot on top of it. But yeah. It is putting restrictions on certain videos, like ones with guns and stuff for minors. It's not doing that, I don't think. I feel like it's more of just wanting to check the account of the user based on what they watch, but also even then that's not good, and also that's just downright an invasion of privacy and just giving away your information to a company. Again, not to say that that hasn't been done many, many times in the past, but you know what I mean. I'm good, thank you though, Coyote. I'm not Ethereum personally. I do appreciate the gesture, though. But yeah, just said what it does. Sorry, it's hard for me to look back up and chat and scroll up. Watch made for kids content on an adult account, or it will deem you you're at under 18. Oh, well, it's not to say that I'm watching made for kids content necessarily. They sent an inappropriate reply to a sponsor by mistake. That's funny. Look, to be fair, I have had some very inappropriate experiences or interactions on my end with, like, I guess companies or I guess professional businesses to some extent. And a lot of times they just don't care. I remember when I got what was it? I got like a call back for an interview for an internship, the one that I ended up taking like years back when I was in college, which I didn't make any use of because it was nothing at the end of the day. And I woke up the ass crack of dawn to the phone call, and then I just yell. I'm such an idiot. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, why did I do that? There was no reason for me to do that. I had just woken up. My friends had just arrived. I was staying over at my friend's place. And I was supposed to get a call at some point. Apparently, it was a call back from the company that wanted to hire me as an intern. And I pick up and answer, "What up?" Like, and the person that answers is like, "Oh, hello, this is so-and-so with so-and-so company. We're calling you back about the potential interview." And then immediately my heart sinks. I'm like, "Oh, yes, hello, this is..." This is beta. Nice to hear back. Yeah, about that. And luckily, they had completely just pushed that to the side. They're like, we're not going to worry about that. But it's just in the moment of like, why did I do that? Why on earth did I do that? Why was that even necessary in the slightest? It only just kind of fucked up my chances. Not to say that it mattered at the end of the day. I mean, it sort of did. But still, point being, sometimes companies will be like, we'll just forget the last 5 seconds. And that's okay, you all know we're human, we make mistakes, and sometimes things can be a very bad spelling mistake, and that's just what happened to me when I got a call about my internship. Just, what up? To be fair, though, they called me at 6:30 in the morning. What business in their right mind calls someone at 6:30 in the morning for a local business, a local company, nothing like overseas or anything, calls about an internship thing? Who's calling them at 6:30? Usually they're sleeping at that point, or at least I'd hope, unless they're gonna get up for another job. But still, point being, it's just like, so it was like fault on me, fault on them, regardless. Funny story that I get to look back on, and I'm thinking, why did I do that? And also, sorry I forgot to say, but thank you, Dylan, for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. I found your channel years ago, and I just don't have the chance to join live. I just want to say that the content has been very good lately. I hope you have a good day. Oh, well, I appreciate it. Honestly, I haven't really been putting out as many videos. A lot of them have been in the works for quite a bit in terms of, like, editing. But a lot of the videos that I've recorded have just been kind of on the backlog for a bit. And I have a few more that I want to get through. In fact, after this stream, I would like to record a few more videos for subjects that I think should very, very much be discussed, but haven't really been given that much attention to. So, yeah, I'm going to be hopefully doing that later, and there'll be more stuff to come. And I guess as a note as well, shameless self-promotion, if you want to see any of these videos early, feel free to check out my Patreon. I'm starting to do a little thing there, where if you are a patron or a supporter, you get access to videos earlier. At least a day earlier before I upload them, and you get to give some feedback on it. I haven't really known what else I want to do with the Patreon just yet, but we'll figure it out in time. But regardless, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Dylan. And thank you, Lamppost, for the 100 bits too, by the way. I appreciate that. I also forgot to put out my stream notifications.
Maverick's feet.
And Maverick's feet.
Maverick's feet.
I actually thought about doing that for a stream at one point in VR chat. Just like chilling in VR chat, but the POV is like from the bottom up. Thought about that. Just like have the whole stream be like where I'm looking down at you guys, but the view is like your micro sort of, and I'm yeah.
Maverick's feet.
So hopefully that Redeem gets some usage then. I will be Maverick in that. Not to say that I'm doing immediately a VR chat stream, because I have no clue how I'm going to do that, knowing my energy levels are very all over the place. But yeah. Any big plans you guys got set up for this weekend, by the way? Anything fun you got going on? For me, it's just going to be a lot of cleaning and organizing stuff, and also just getting ready, because I think this weekend is like my full weekend off before Megaplex, because the weekend after I have plans for things to do with friends. So this weekend is going to be a lot of me like prepping and getting stuff done and organized so that I can enjoy the rest of this next week and everything else to come. So yeah, that's going to be me. Honestly, no big plans. I did end up cleaning out the inside of my PC. So a little mini review of this thing. This is awesome, by the way. I just want to say, I didn't expect this to be as intuitive as it was. This cleaned out the entirety of my PC. You know how you're supposed to de-dust or like vacuum out to some extent the inside of your PC? Use like a compressed air can. I just use this. And then it blows air at a pretty good rate. I'm not sponsored by them at all, just so you know. But I just ended up trying this for something that wasn't fursuiting. Because I remember I used to spend a shit ton of money on all these compressed air cans. Where's my USB-C? There it is. And this, eventually, if I keep cleaning out the inside of my PC, which I should be doing, how frequently should you be cleaning out the inside of the PC? Like dusting it, give or take. I think I heard like twice a year, give or take. But I just did it since I had built my PC back in December, which really isn't good, but it got everything out just fine. And it still had a good amount of charge on it. Where can I get one? I got mine off Amazon, but I know you can get yours off of, like, AliExpress or something. I don't know where, like, a proper website is, but I had, like, a coupon, got it off Amazon. It was, like, 60, 70 bucks. I think it was 70 bucks, yeah, with the coupon, so pretty good, I'd like to think. Honestly, one of the best purchases I could get, not just as a fursuiter, but as a computer owner. And also, I can use this to dust out any crap that would just be lying around in my home. Or just blast my friends with it so they, stop talking. Like, oh man, oh, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. What was that? What were you saying? Were you saying something? Huh? See? Can you use it for inflating? Yes, you can, actually. I used it to inflate one of my inflatables earlier. Because of the little screw-on nozzle thing they have. It fits into a lot of the inflation nozzles for all my inflatables, so I just kind of plug this into it, blast it, and it works just fine. It actually is a lot more of a streamlined method of inflating, rather than using, like, my plug-in pump, which I still will use. It's just a matter of, kind of like the fanciness of it. It's kind of nice. And I get to throw stickers on it at some point. Who knows what stickers I'll throw on it. Look at all the dust flying around, too. Get out of here. This thing is quite powerful. I'm actually really impressed. That's why I hope that it doesn't blow up, because it's a really nice fan. Not that it will, but still. Fursuits are luxury items? They are. I know that's been the big talk recently because of these Spirit Halloween fursuits, which I do plan to do a video on at some point. It's probably going to be the one I record tonight. I've been putting it off. Because a lot of it has come down to literally this is what my friend, like, Simple Nix had said before. Which, shout out to them. Go and, like, support their stuff. They're wonderful. I had put together a whole thing of, like, I think that the Spirit Halloween masks are fine. Is it a worry about corporatization? Yes. It's a slippery slope. But also, like, the main audience and demographic for those that would want it are those that, one, would never be able to afford a fursuit in the foreseeable future, and two, are mainly kids. And there's still nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. You just got to take into account what can and can't be done or gotten. But they ended up replying a whole thing of, like, I think they're cool because I don't care. Just like, at the end of the day, the argument of what went on with that, the Spirit Halloween fursuit controversy stuff, is just like, I get the concerns, but it's not worth, like, making such a big fuss about, if that makes sense. Because the distinct difference between, like, a consumer product and something custom made, like with freelance work versus, like, processed, multi-process mass creation stuff, is very big, and the quality is very, very noticeable. So at the end of the day, those fursuits aren't going to replace custom fursuits. People are going to want their own custom characters in time for a fursuit. I can almost guarantee. I'll ask you guys in the chat right now. For those that don't have a fursuit, or say you want a fursuit, is a long-term fursuit for you the Spirit Halloween costume, or is the ideal goal for you to get your own custom-made fursuit from your dream maker? 1 in the chat if your end goal is the Spirit Halloween fursuit head. 2 in the chat if it's a custom-made fursuit from your dream maker, or a fursuit that you make yourself. There you go. We gauge the audience. Don't feel shy. We're not going to target you. If you think one and you want one of those, you're A-okay. But just kind of want to gauge you guys, just so we can see, is there people responding to this? Yeah. It's not a big problem. Will people sure say the same thing about Dino Mask then? Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird things to be upset about from what I saw on social media. just a lot of people who were upset about it, but at the end of the day, there's nothing you can really do about it, if that makes sense. Like, one of those things, whether people get it or not, it's a very niche demographic. There's nothing that can really be done. Like, I guess the only thing from... No, I'm not even going to say that or even think of that, because that's just not even a solution. Basically, also you just shouldn't, you know, be prejudiced against users or, I guess, kids or fursuiters who use those masks or whatnot from Spirit Halloween. Do not be biased against them as well. That's another thing, too, to keep in mind. But yeah. Please stop spamming in the chat space. I'm not gonna... If you're asking me to notice you, it makes me want to notice you even less. Just truthfully. That's just how it be. Nothing of the two option. My fursuit was both a person from eBay. eBay for locals in German. Oh, well, hell yeah. But yeah, a lot of it comes down to, for that whole thing, I feel like it's going to become the new, I guess, furry drama wheel topic. Like, if we're adding a new one, it's usually like counterfeit or knockoff or cheaper fursuits that are mass-produced. Or like corporate fursuits, as it were. Which at the end of the day is just like... It's always encouraged to support, you know, in-house makers. Rather than outsiders trying to come into that. You know what I mean? It's weird. Baby fursuits, all that. I like that. In the way of combining all the drama topics into one. How can we make the furry circle wheel of drama into just one category? The baby fursuit, partial, poodling, Spirit Halloween, puphood, 18 plus furry convention situation is crazy. What other topics are we missing? There's a few that have been on all sorts of furry wheel of drama, I guess, pre-existing ones for a bit that just haven't popped up in a hot minute either. Like, for some reason I saw, like, what is it? Personal, like, support animals at furry conventions being on the one. And it's like, that has never been a topic, I don't think. Suspiciously wealthy furries. It's not even that anymore. It's just furries that are very irresponsible with money. So, you know. Do they still have those Walmart furry heads? You know, I haven't seen them around. I think that I would probably see them around Halloween or so, but they're probably around the same quality if they are sold anymore. I was literally at Walmart the other day because I was actually looking for more of, like, the card binder sleeves. I couldn't find any there. But even going throughout Walmart, could not find anything for those heads either. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just a trend. Maybe it's something that didn't sell well. Maybe it's some other thing. I don't really know, but, you know... I don't think furries have to worry about, or fursuit makers don't have to worry about losing competition to the Spirit Halloween fursuits. I really don't think so. Like, at all. Because they're so just, like, generic. They're supposed to be generic animals and characters, obviously inspired by some styles. It's strange, man. It's wacky. Anyways, I forgot to put out my stream notifications, so I do apologize. I'm just going to put them out real quick. Time is a 4D circle, constantly growing and it's still looping. Yeah, it's all the same problems. They just kind of adapt and grow and change in time. Hell, I don't even think last year the whole Spirit Halloween fursuit thing was a big topic of discussion or controversy, but I guess now it is. But yeah. Would you guys consider buying the eBay fursuit partials where you adopt the OC? No. Because a lot of times you don't know who the seller is or if it's someone else's character, either. Especially that. That's where you get a lot of those knockoff fursuits. I don't think I've ever really seen the case where someone has gotten an actual, like, fursuit off of eBay. You get what you paid for? True. True, true, true. I think the price of those furry heads at Spirit Halloween was like $60 or so, too. They're not cheap, but they're also, you know, you're not going to get a full fursuit or fursuit head, fursuit partial for $60 usually. They like to have individuality and the fun you feel when you put it on for the very first time. That too, because it's also not your character. You know, it's putting on a fursuit. It's not putting on your fursuit or someone else's fursuit or some character. A lot of it is very generic animals. So that's why as well, you know, a lot of it comes down to just you want a custom character and that's it. What's your opinion on the baby fur zoophile, Walmart Spirit Halloween, Poodling, Crusader Cat, Kira the Wolf, Boof the Bear controversy? Just throwing all the characters into it at this point. Just make it like, basically what you just gave me, Oscar, was the equivalent of like tag spam in the title. You know how you see that for some like listings for, usually on Amazon I'll see it, or like some website that's trying to sell like fursuits. It's like, gray wolf fursuit, full fursuit, fluffy wolf character costume suit, mascot suit. And it says like the same word like 3 times in hopes of getting it higher in the search results for like relevancy. Oh, I love playing that game. It's usually on like eBay from what I found. Always wondered what happened when you buy one of those cheap scam suits on like eBay or Amazon, like the ones that use other people's fursuits, the images, like what do you even get? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I've seen plenty of knockoff fursuits at cons, even of my friends too. It's actually really funny. But like, here's my only gripe with it. And this isn't coming from a sense of entitlement. I'm just kind of surprised at this point. Why has there never been a knockoff fursuit made of any of these guys? Like, any of them. Not even him. He's more generic looking. You know? You know how people have their, like, personas or characters taken for, like, a cheap Chinese knockoff? Like, my friend Nova has like, a knockoff version of their fursuit. They don't have it, but fursuit was made. I had to judge a dance competition as well when the knockoff suit was dancing. But I'm just kind of wondering at this point, why haven't I been made into a knockoff fursuit, you know? Not to say I want it to happen. Not to say that I can control it happening. Look, I'll take my blessings where they're at. But it's just more of the point of like, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened at this point. Kind of shocked. I'm just saying. It's not a challenge for anyone out there, but isn't it strange how it hasn't happened? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at things weird. I'm probably looking at things weird because I'm weird. You know me. Do you want to see a knockoff of your fursuit? Honestly, I'm kind of curious. I'm very genuinely curious to see what that would look like. Because I feel like, as well, I want to get a taste of it. Like, yeah, I've had my Fursona stolen for, like, all sorts of different things. Like, people putting it on, like, a shirt, or putting it on, like, knockoff shit, or just downright stealing designs that I have. Like, that's par for the course, you know? It's gonna happen. But I've never had it where, like, my Fursona has been stolen for a fursuit that someone has bought. Kind of like, you know how Rivolo has had their character taken over and over and over again, and the knockoff Rivolos have been used as, like, mascots for, like, other businesses? Like, I think it was some sort of, like, ski lodge or ski resort or ski location that ended up using Rivolo's suit as, like, the mascot for their stuff, and Rivolo had to reach out about it. I've always wanted to know what that's like. You know? Like, get a taste of it. And obviously this would probably come down to me, like, reaching out to them and asking them, hey, how are things with this? What's going on with it? But it's just, like, I've been, like, curious. I'm curious of what the feeling is, you know? What if you run into yourself? What if you run into a knockoff version of yourself at a convention? I'd be enamored. I would be thrilled. Just as, like, I think I'd have a similar reaction to, like, how Rivolo saw their knockoff version of their fursuit. Like, it was just a warm, welcoming hello, you know? Don't be mean to them, of course. You know, they'd one, probably don't know any better, and two, you know, they're just having a good time fursuiting. As long as you're not going around saying, hey guys, I'm Beta. I like pooping everywhere, or something like that, you know? As long as you're not saying that you are me, and you're not trying to impersonate me, and give myself a bad name, then we're all good, you know? That's all it comes down to. That's the only problem that I would have if someone got, like, a knockoff fursuit of me, or, like, stole and used any of my content media and whatnot. If they're impersonating me and being actually harmful about it, you know? So yeah, that's more of the point of it. I wouldn't be opposed. Would you buy a knockoff Levi? I absolutely would. Dude, I would. If I knew about it, I was tempted to get a knockoff Nova and surprise Nova at MFF. Once. I was so tempted to do it. But I didn't. Because it was also $200, and I'd rather spend that money on, like, video edits. So, you know? But it's just more of the point where, like, I absolutely would. I'd do it. I'd be curious to see what the quality is like so I could show it off with you guys. And show you, like, the big difference in, like, knowing which one is real and not. So, you know what? Maybe one day I might. Who knows? But honestly, it's a fun conversation to get into. Like, what is that like? What is that like? Is it even comfortable inside the fursuit head? Do you feel like your character? What's the difference between wearing that and the one you own? I'd assume you'd feel more like in a mascot costume. Because for me, if I were to put on my fursuit head, it'd feel like I'm being dog. And that's it. I'm a dog. Woof. But in the knockoff suit, I don't think I would be. I feel like it'd be itchy. Like, very itchy. Could make a video out of buying a knockoff soon. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. Just to kind of bring awareness to it as well. I think that's very important too. Because there are probably a lot of young kids who do not know any better about knockoff fursuits. About the scam fursuits. The ones that are just remade, mass-produced versions of an already existing character, an already existing fursuit. So I think bringing awareness to that for, I guess, mainly kids and those who don't know any better, to know about it or understand about how that works or what happens with it, I think is good to know. And also, if it has happened, you know, it's not like an end-of-the-world, unforgivable thing. If anything, it's such a non-issue. It's just bringing awareness to it. You know, live and learn from it in the future. But yeah, that would be a summary of what the video would be, just covering what it's like, and the different, I guess, viewpoints of it. You know, just yap about something. So that's more of what I do. Beta is woof, well, thank you. I'm sure there are also non-furries who buy knockoff fursuits as Halloween costumes. That too. I could already see the video title too. The world of knockoff fake fursuits. Ooh. I'm gonna write that down. Unironically, world of knockoff fake fursuits, or even just fake fursuits. See, this is the process that I actually go through to come up with some of my video ideas. Literally, all that I just said in that minute to 2 minute period is give or take what I would be a summary or synopsis of my video that I'd branch out upon, talk about different topics with it, show some examples, and then call it. Honestly, not as bad as you would think. For me, the video creation process is very, very natural too. Like, even in these streams, even if I don't say that I came up with a video idea, like, I'm always thinking to. Not to say that I need to. It's just, for me, it comes naturally. Like, oh, I want to talk about this. I want to do a video on this. You know, I just have fun with it. So it's, like, very weird in that sense for what I do to have the impact that it does, because I'm just here as a dog. I'm just here to enjoy the company of everyone and just talk and yap. It's really weird to me where people say that I changed their life. Not to say that I'm opposed to it or that it's a bad thing. I'm just like, huh. I was kind of like the loser kid in school too, so it's kind of weird for me to be considered doing that. Honestly, there are not enough makers to meet demands, and mass production will be inevitable. Yeah, and also just like the price of it all. Not to say that fursuit prices are super expensive. I mean, they might objectively be, and it's not supposed to target fursuit makers specifically, but they need to make a living based on their craft, and they need to judge how much they need to work in order to live comfortably. And that's as a business owner at the end of the day. So you're going to price your fursuits at what the demand is. And so a lot of times the demand for those that want a fursuit may escalate based on how much is willing to be paid for it. So that's why you have markets nowadays where fursuits are much, much more expensive than they used to be years back. And that's just kind of the fact of the matter. But, you know, there's always fursuit makers who are starting out too, who are just getting started. Or newer makers. Every single day there's new makers. I know everyone kind of gravitates towards, like, a lot of the big name makers, but some of the other ones do really great jobs too. Something to keep in mind. Could stealing someone else's design count as copyright infringement, assuming it's not a generic Sona? Yeah, to some extent. Like, I think I had a copyright on my Fursona once. I might still. I don't know, realistically, like, someone trying to post pictures or sell pictures of my character, if I reached out and tried to get, like, some sort of dispute going for that, one, it's probably in some sort of overseas country. Two, that whole law system is completely different for how they go about that. And three, even trying to get them to stop in the first place is more effort and more of a pain than it is. I had so many friends who did that as well, where they tried to jump through hoops to make sure that this one company, this one third-party business, wasn't selling stickers of their character that they were already selling. And it's like the company was based in, like, Iran, and you couldn't get a hold of them, and it was, like, through a scam thing. Like, trying to go through that process of getting them to stop doing that would just be kind of a waste of time. So, and it ended up being where they couldn't do anything, so that's just how it be. Also, thank you for the 5 bits, Shameless. I do appreciate it. But yeah. There's a lot that could be said about fursuit making, not just from, like, the price setting, but, like, getting one, the wait for it. I know a lot of times, I think the big discussion that I've seen come up a lot more recently has been that fursuit makers, with how long they end up taking for a queue, and fursuit makers that are, in some ways, bad business owners or have bad business practices where they have queues that go on for, like, 3 years, 4 years, and it sets, like, a bad precedent for commissioning fursuit makers in general. That can also affect other makers who do have good practices from actually getting commissions, because people are weary and nervous about sending all this money to a maker where they don't know if they're even going to get any of it back. And I know there was, like, one fursuit maker recently that said that their queue was completely open. They had nothing to work on. They couldn't make pre-mades, and they weren't getting commissions, so technically they were out of business. And they're a really beloved fursuit maker. And the conversation point came up where many other makers who have queues going on in, like, the double, triple digits for people who have waited for their fursuit for years, and they just keep getting more and more commissions to pay off things from before. That's a bad business practice, but also it sets a bad standard for fursuit makers. Or say if someone doesn't trust that fursuit maker, that one with the bad practices, they might be wary about not wanting to commission another maker that they might not know about or might not have any, I guess, experiences with. So it's really hard. It's really sad to see. I was thinking about doing a video about that too, just with regards to fursuit makers and the business of it. I've been looking to maybe interview some fursuit makers in time about, like, what the process is like from the business perspective. Because I think that is important too, but I also understand why some might be weary to even talk about it in the first place, in a worry that it might create competition, or they might be giving away some very sensitive information that might not bode well for their image at the end of the day. Just like me talking about, like, video analytics, I know to some extent it's kind of taboo to talk about, you know, how videos perform and how everything performs analytically as a YouTuber, because it can ruin kind of the veil, the image of being a creator, because then you're thinking about the logistics of it. It's very weird. I definitely want to do a discussion video on it in the future. That's just more the point of it. By the way, were you in Jake's stream with the instructions to clear there's barbecue sauce in my bladder? I was not. I was busy playing Destiny. But, good for Jake, I guess. Would make fun of them for bad financial choice, but I have a several $1,000 dog costume. I mean, there's a lot of discussions about it at the end of the day. I think I remember one of my friends actually trying to make a post about it and using a fursuit maker who had an 80 commission queue for fursuits. Like, 80 people waiting in a queue for their fursuit. Like, 80 people who had given money to a business to give them a fursuit. Like a custom-made one. 80 fursuits! Which is also, I would like to argue, and I'm, again, taking this with a grain of salt from someone who has not produced a fursuit or produced really anything besides YouTube videos. I feel like that's irresponsible to take that many. I get the money might be nice immediately, but then you gotta pay it off, and then you gotta pay people who want their money back, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. What the hell is even the turnaround time for that? I don't even know, man! Dude, like 3 generations would have been born at that point before I get my fursuit. Could go for my master's degree in that time. God forbid I have that money to go for a master's degree or something. But it's just more of the point where, like, one of my friends made, like, a post about it of, like, hey, I don't think we should have queues this long. But a lot of people, fursuit makers included, jumped to the aid of the fursuit maker, who arguably had bad business practice. Like, it's not even just attacking the individual maker, it's just, in general, objectively, it was a bad business practice, and it's a bad look. But people defended that. So I think that's just been kind of something for years that is just kind of established, like, you know, kind of do that. Which I guess goes back to the whole conversation of furries are irresponsible with money. Oh. It's just, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh, you can get a channel membership if you'd like. Don't feel obligated. You have access to emotes like you do on Twitch. Or at least Twitch, you get access to more emotes. Basically because they can't get money back. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a deep discussion. But I think that whole thing happening does affect a lot of makers at the end of the day, for even just people wanting to do business or commission fursuits. Because you hear all these horror stories of people just not even getting their money back. And not just from, like, fursuit makers, but artists too. Where you're waiting 6 months for a commission or an art piece and they just never get it back to you. I've even had that happen too. I should probably message some of the people that I'm remembering, like, oh yeah, I commissioned them for this thing. And, I never got anything. I never got a refund or anything. I have the receipts for it. It's even happening with me right now, and I don't want to really talk too in-depth about it because I don't want to put them on blast, but, yeah, I'm owed a lot of things. Not just a product, but money. And it's been 3 to 4 years now. Actually, it's been nearly 4 years now. Which is not good. So. Yeah. Point being, you know, just be wary about where you give money. Do your research, sign contracts, so on and so forth. Read contracts before you sign them. What fursuit maker took payment? The guy died and they didn't refund the guy's estate. They said they could keep it. I mean, that's a whole thing to work out with, but that's also weird. Some people purposely stalled till after the PayPal cashback period, and that ticks me off. Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole ass degree. What do you mean 4 years? Yeah, he got a point, Constant. That's something I should be a bit more picky about. Because it's like, I could have something over and done with and get on to another phase of doing something, but I'm also just like, Probably shouldn't. I don't know. That'll be definitely a whole discussion. I definitely want to do a podcast episode on it. Definitely want to do a few videos here and there on it. It's something worth at least talking about respectfully, without obviously stepping on people's toes and throwing individual people under the bus. But at the same time, you know, examples do need to be made in order to discuss where this problem is coming from. Otherwise, you have straw man arguments, and that's not something you should be doing. Granted, I think I've done that from time to time, but again, that's because I don't like making examples. It's a weird conundrum. It sucks. Imagine a People's Court episode involving fursuits or something related to the fandom. That would be funny. That would be funny. That'd be a little too dystopian for me. I mean, what? We've already got, like, a weird Squid Game-esque tournament thing to get U.S. citizenship supposedly happening. Could not be any more dystopian. This, I mean, we're already here. I do love having these long, lengthy conversations. Timu Levi, I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed in the slightest, actually. I'd be flattered. Flattered. I'd be flattered. But yeah, plan for today, guys. I know it only took me like 50 minutes into the stream to talk about it. I'm thinking I want to go through my Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon card collection because I had been organizing that pretty much for the past day and got nearly all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and Pokemon cards that I've collected through the years together, besides the ones that are still in my parents' new place, and I have to clean that out and organize them into binders, like the ones that I have back here. But I want to go over that, and probably just yap on with you guys for a little bit longer, and talk about what the plan will be for next week for streaming, because I don't know what else I'd want to do tonight. We've done our usual thing of play a game, furry memes, go over a mod. Which also shout out to Marco. Marco, if you're here, hello, hello. Sorry I didn't say hi to you earlier. Whoa! For some reason the channel membership alert goes through, but the super chat alert doesn't go through. That's interesting. But Max, thank you. Max, thank you for the channel membership. Welcome to the Water Wings. I don't know what the Water Wings is. I think that's the name that I gave you guys. But I mean, you know, it's your floaty arms. Staying life jacket. Somehow. But yeah, thank you for becoming a channel member. Enjoy the emotes. You get access to some emotes on the channel. I don't have any early access videos for channel membership stuff, but yeah, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for supporting what I do. Still have to figure out what kind of emotes that I'd like to get for YouTube streams. Because if I do start to grow a lot more of like channel memberships on here, because that would be nice, you know, to grow a community of like channel members on YouTube as well as like Twitch. What distinct emotes would you guys want? Maybe I could gauge the opinions of channel members on like a post or something on YouTube. But who knows? Also, hi, Jason. How you doing? Also, thank you, Draken. Thank you for the gifted sub. I greatly appreciate it. Am I saying your name right, by the way? Is it Draken? I'm assuming it's Draken. Who needs to join the channel membership when you can gamble for emotes on Twitch? That too. That too. We do have the channel point system thingy, and that's pretty cool. I actually like that. I hope that YouTube implements more stuff for live streaming in the future. In my opinion, the whole leaderboard thing on YouTube is not exactly the best form of rewarding activity in the chat. I'd love to have some sort of like channel point redeem system, but you know, YouTube is a little different. I mean, they have other priorities. They got to worry about, you know, checking people to see if they're 18 plus or not through their AI. How about some sort of emote that YouTube people can spam and Twitch people can spam, like a rivalry? That would actually be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Maybe I might make Twitch more like Levi emotes, and then YouTube I could do Maverick emotes. Because I have had some Maverick emotes in the past that I don't really use. I mean, some of them, they're already on YouTube now. But that wouldn't be a bad idea, you know? Mixing two different characters. You see the video from Woostria of your second part panel? My second panel I haven't uploaded yet. I should probably get to uploading that since I have my recording of that. Maybe I'll do that this Monday or something. Because actually this Saturday, I think I figured out what I want to do for the Boodles channel. I think what I want to do is I want to dedicate it as sort of like a VODs channel, but not really. Like, it's VODs, but it's like the key moments from the streams that we do on here. Like, for example, I uploaded that Peak playthrough. Like, that was about an hour and a half of me playing through Peak solo and winning it for the first time alone. And I had just uploaded that from the live stream, which was like 4 hours or so. And I'm thinking of doing that for future streams. Like, I have the whole going over my mod for the Baba Is You that Marco made for me. I want to upload that whole section of me playing through Baba Is You on the second channel, so I'm probably going to do that. And then I'm thinking I'll probably do the same thing for going through all my Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards today and throw that up on the second channel. So, you know, would be a good idea rather than you having to sift through all the live streams. You know, because you don't want to sit there and be like, all right, when does the actual title of the stream start for what we're doing? And it's not a yap fest sort of thing. So, you know, that's something I'm thinking about doing. I think that would be an excellent idea, personally. But, you know, we'll see in time. Fway messaged me. Ooh. I want to play the Battlefield beta with Frey as the Beta Ada Delota. I appreciate it, Constant. I appreciate it. Also, I'm doing pretty okay. I'm having a good, chill evening. Getting to chat. Getting to... Yeah, let's just yap about whatever. It's kind of nice. Changing the music so it's a bit more chill. Anyways, since it's been about an hour in, and I don't know what else to discuss or what to really announce, there's really nothing for announcements, to be entirely honest. It's just me yapping as usual in whatever video comes out and whatever discussion we have, so yeah. But I think it would be nice to kick things off with going over the Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards that I ended up getting. Actually, you know, and since you mentioned Jake, speaking of Jake, let me see what he's up to. What the fuck is Jake up to? What is he doing? Gosh, I love Jake. Oh, he's with Jericho right now. Oh, fellow Life Jacket Fox. Yeah, they wear a life jacket occasionally. So I'm like, Life Jacket Fox. Let's see if Jake calls me out for streaming. He's probably gonna know. No one snitch. Don't anyone say anything.
That's just the bet. That's your choice. That's the
Life Jacket Fox friend.
It's kind of like how like another thing like
because he's in BR. He doesn't know that I'm live. He shouldn't know.
I told the boys, I'm like, you can get one.
Been in VR chat.
One thing.
Random person, don't say a goddamn word. Don't you snitch.
Like a rescue plane that had like a caged tiger on it.
Oh my god, they're all shouting me out.
That was pretty cool. And then like my youngest one,
we wait and see.
Figure out what he wanted, and I'm like.
You got the sick card collection, sort of.
Like,
some of them are sick, some of them are
an absolute, like,
not worth much at all, but we're worth a lot of money.
Oh, he's a bug one. He's the one that's gonna bring all the random bugs.
Bugs. We love bugs.
And then, you know, start doing that whole thing. I'm like, look at this. I caught this. And then all of a sudden, there's gonna be that one time where he drops the box or container.
I want to go over your Yu-Gi-Oh cards with you. Opta. I love Opta.
There's always that one.
Wind Up Shark? I don't have Wind Up Shark, I don't think.
So, Jake.
Wait, did you want to get a call and go over it? Or you mean like, do you want to watch it from the stream perspective here? What are you feeling, Opta? Because I feel like you're a Yu-Gi-Oh aficionado.
Yes.
Be prepared for one of them.
Okay, I think Jake is too busy. I don't think he's going to recognize that I'm there.
Last night.
Oh no.
I think it was like last night
he's
or
busy.
the night before.
I'm not going to make him pay attention to me to see if he knows if I'm streaming or not. You could, Opta, if you want to go through and see my Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. We could do that. If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh aficionado, I've never had the Opta on stream before, and I honestly would not be opposed. There's a hole in my sock. Should I go and get another sock, or should I just say fuck it? What say you guys? What's the best option here? Got a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They may not be worth much, but I definitely have a lot of value from them. Same. Literally, same. A lot of them aren't really that valuable as they used to be, but they are pretty. They are quite pretty. Some of them are worth a lot because I've held them near and dear to my heart for years, even if they've lost value. Yu-Gi-Oh cards don't hold value like other TCGs do? Yeah. I recognize that very quickly, because I remember during the pandemic, like during lockdown, everyone was doing like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh card pack openings and going for like the big hits. And I remember I got the biggest hit in some edition that I ended up getting.
Sorry. I mean,
it was worth like...
Sorry.
Thank you. I didn't know I gave off mommy vibes. I feel like I give off more like mother vibes. Like I take care of the home. I'm very clean. You know. Do you get copyrighted if you have a Spotify playlist going? It depends on the music. For me, I don't get copyrighted because The Walking Dog, they do royalty-free, copyright-free music. Shout out to Vince for that. I just throw that playlist on every time. My first Modern Yu-Gi-Oh pack card opened contained Max C. Well, then you got the meta card. What were they thinking with that, man? What were they thinking with that? Crazy. And also, thank you, Ember, for the 100 bits. Hello, by the way. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, how about this? We'll get it started. So, if you didn't know, I have been the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh nerd for years now. Like, ever since I had been cognizant as a child, I had been in love with the concept of Yu-Gi-Oh! The duel monsters, the cool designs, the shiny, pretty cards. I think as early as 4 years old was when I started collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And I was really gung-ho about it, too. My parents were very keen on making sure I didn't spend too much on it, but they also wanted to reward me for, like, good behavior. So, like, I think there was a thing we did where once a week on, like, the Friday or the Saturday... I'd go with my dad to Newbury Comics, and I get to pick out one Yu-Gi-Oh card pack. At the time, I think it was like a year or two after the card game had started, so even getting Legend of the Blue Eyes, or the first ever Yu-Gi-Oh card pack set, was apparently too expensive at the time. So I ended up going with whatever other packs from there, whatever other ones I wanted. So I had built up a collection through that time. I didn't really take much good care of it. But it had basically started from, like, early in life, I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! I went on for, like, 5 or so years, and then in, like, middle school, I stopped really caring about Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I picked it up again in, like, early high school when, like, Synchro Summons had come out, like, after the whole GX era. I think when GX came out was when I had fallen off with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I had no clue what was going on, and there were all these really cool cards that I just couldn't get, and I felt like, it was a little too much for me to try and collect all of them. So, didn't pay much attention to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Apparently, it's the darkest, I guess, Yu-Gi-Oh! Story, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season section in history. I don't know. But when Synchro Summons came out with 5Ds, that was really cool to me because the cards were white. They were white bordered, and they looked really cool. And Stardust Dragon, like, sold it for me. It was like my Blue Eyes White Dragon that I loved. And then I picked it up again a little bit. And then Xyz Summon came out, like the black bordered cards. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then they're like, but pendulums. And I'm like, pendulums? Why are there 2 text boxes for these cards now? Which one works? So yeah, I ended up kind of fallen off with Yu-Gi-Oh! Until recently, in the past, I guess, 5 years or so, when the lockdown happened and everyone was gung-ho with it, I started collecting again a little bit, getting all, like, kind of the shiny cards that were, like, $2-3 a piece that I really wanted as a kid, but never could because I had disposable income, finally. And it felt like a very, very, very big hole in my heart with like love and feeling of like soothing my inner child that really wanted Dark Magician of Black Chaos because they didn't print it at the time, but they only printed it in Japanese, and you know, I couldn't get it in English. So point being, it was a whole thing. Today, I want to go through my entire, or nearly my entire, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon card collection, because I have been collecting these cards, not all of them, and not avidly. It has fluctuated through the years. I've been collecting some of these Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards for about 23 years now. 23, 22 or so. I think one of my first cards that I ever ended up getting was when they did their first ever structure deck, like starter structure deck series, for the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. I got the Dark Magician one, and I still have it, but that card is not in good condition. Let me tell you that. I did sleeve it, or as I like to call, card condomed it. I top-loaded it. It's as in pristine quality as I could have kept it throughout the years. And, yeah, it's not looking good. It's gonna look funny, but at least you know it's that Dark Magician from that set. You topped and condomed your cards? Yes, I did. I topped and condomed the cards that I really wanted to. Do you ever play the Pokemon TCG? I didn't play the Pokemon TCG until the Pokemon TCG Pocket Edition came out. You know, the fictional, fake card pack opening one, where you could get, like, points and redeems to be able to open more card packs, fake ones, if you battled. And that's where I actually learned how to play the Pokemon TCG. Gonna be honest, it's a little underwhelming compared to what I've been used to with Yu-Gi-Oh! For years. Granted, a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! That I was used to was, like, 5Ds. Like, 5Ds being the most in terms of, like, people having their turns. And now I just look at XZs and Pendulum and Link Summoning, I'm like, I remember when I would tribute summon monsters. Most decks don't do that now. But, point being, I had gone through pretty much nearly my whole collection, minus a few that are probably lingering somewhere over the attic at my parents' new place, wherever they might be. And I wanted to go over the collection that I currently have, the cards that I kept with me, put in a binder for all, like, the nice and shiny ones that I've collected through the years, and go over the ones that I've more or less kept on me. Because let me tell you, there are a lot, which I'm going to get up and show you guys. This is what I was actually doing yesterday. Instead of recording a video and being productive, doing anything productive at all, I was putting all of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards into sleeves in a binder, where the thick one over there is just random cards that I don't really care about and still probably need to organize. And the other one behind my fursuits is the nicer looking one. So, I'm going to get up for this one. This is my binder of all the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I don't really care about, but have kept safe regardless. Because at some point, you know, I'm gonna want to sell some of these cards, or a good chunk of them. Or I'm gonna want to give them to some other, you know, kid or someone who would want to make use of these. Because there's probably some kid out there who would love to have these. Even if I'm never gonna use them, they would love to have something like this. They'd love to have some of these cards. So I'll like briefly show you guys, because some of these, like, I don't know how I'm gonna go through them, but like basically, like, it's just pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of all these cards. A lot of these I don't really want to go over today because they're, quite frankly, not really the best. They're just whatever cards that I got through the years, and I'm like, oh, instead of putting them in a tin, I'd rather have them in like a binder, just so I can organize them. So what I need to do is I need to get another binder at some point for these to organize them properly. But this is not what we're here for. What we're here for is this. The binder is all my special cards that I kept. these are all my top-loaded Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And these are all my top-loaded Pokemon cards. And so I want to go over them today. I also just kind of realized this might be one of my first non-furry hobby things that I'm doing on a furry stream. So, hey, you know, this is the first time I'm showing that I have some interest in something that isn't my job in furry stuff. I have some personality, so a round of applause for Beta. Finally being bold, doing something different here. Which one should we start with first? The binder of cards or the best top-loaded Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Which ones are you guys thinking you'd want to see me go through? Because truthfully, I can't decide. I was thinking we go through the binder first, and well, that's how it be. What does it mean for a card to be top-loaded? Okay, so for example,
what does it mean for a
top-loaded card?
Top-loaded?
You're gonna have two forms of protecting cards. The first one, which I'm just going to pull this one out. Oh, this one's not even a special one, but it's just one that I wanted to collect. So a top-loaded card means it has this plastic, hard plastic exterior, making sure it's safe. And card condom, or just sleeved, means that it has, like... means that it just has, like, a sleeve over it. You see this plastic sleeve? Yeah, you just kind of keep it in a sleeve as well as you can. This keeps it from being exposed to the elements. This is not an original Zapdos, by the way. This is from the X and Y set. But I did want an original art design Zapdos at some point. Basically, this is during the era, like, during COVID, where I had disposable income. And I really wanted to have some of the old Pokemon card designs, and that's when, like, X and Y was popping off. So I ended up finding on, like, eBay... Yeah, the 2016 reprint. That's what this is from. This is when... they had reprinted a lot of these old designs, and even though it's not, like, super special, like, this one's not holographic, it's not the original Zapdos from the original set or anything, but it's still cool. Or wait, is it? Is this? Is this the reprint? I don't think this is the reprint, because the reprint would have a Pikachu in the bottom corner, right, like, here or so. I don't think this is the reprint. Is this an original Zapdos? It's not holographic or anything. But basically, like, any cards that were, like, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 a pop, I'd get them. I think I got all the legendary birds from the original set for, like, $10, and it's just because I wanted to start a collection of it, not because I wanted the special high-quality cards. I just wanted to start, like, some little collection. The copyright says 1999, 1995, 1996, 98, Nintendo, Game Freak, 1999, Wizards. So I think this is an original. Okay. I thought this was the reprint, because they did have a few reprints through the X and Y series, where I think it was like X and Y Evolutions, where you could get some of the original prints for the cards. But yeah, this one's top-loaded. So that's an example of what it's like to top-load a card. It's probably original. Now, out of curiosity, because I think I got this for like $10. I'm going to go to Pokemon TCG. A lot of these cards that I've gotten have depreciated in value, and I'm not getting them for the sake of making a profit. But like a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards I got, I think I had the best card you could get in the Maximum Gold Anniversary set, which was, I think, an access code talker. It was a gold boarded. I'll show it to you in a bit. That card, I think, went for $60 or $90. Currently goes for $2. So I pulled it. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. But at the same time, yeah, let me see about the Zapdos. I'm actually curious, how much is it on TCG? Zapdos. Original. Okay, that's holo rare, base set. Why is a holo rare base set of these worth that? What is the original that I have then? Hold on. Base set 2? A base set holographic. Basically, a holographic version of this is $6. If it's from the original set, wouldn't it be worth more? Which version do I have of this? Oh, the X and Y Evolutions version is 90 cents. So this one is not the X and Y Evolutions. Which one do I have? This one's non-holographic. What are you? You have 80 HP. What are you? Wait, you have 80 HP. Where are you from? 90 HP. 100. I'm looking at it on Pokemon TCG Finder right now, and I'm not... What are you? Where are you from? Dude, I'm actually kind of confused here.
Fossil set.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's $2. Well, oh, it's from the Fossil set. You were right. Okay, Ember, you're right about that. I did just find it. So it's from the Fossil set. It's $2. I think I got this for $2. So at the end of the day, I have a cutesy, shiny, well, not really shiny, but cutesy Zapdos. But I have a better setup for you guys, because I worked on this right before I hopped into stream. Okay, this isn't really a riveting view. Now it is. You can see my thighs! I set up my table right here to be able to show you guys basically my whole collection. Ideally, if I go through this way, or I show all the cards here, or I show it in the binder here, that's why I was thinking of starting with the binder originally. I think that's actually what I'm going to end up doing. So, we'll go through the special cards that I have here later. And also, there's going to be a little bit of a delay on the camera, like, yeah, I don't really know what the delay is there, but we'll figure it out. Desk reveal? Well, I'm going to get a new desk at some point. I would love to get a standing desk one of these days. I just feel like sitting down all this time is not exactly the most fun in the world. But this binder, I love the shake. It adds so much to it. It's like half a second delay. Who cares? Is it really that bad at the end of the day? Does the delay really affect anything? I'm still going to be showing you guys stuff regardless. But, let's see. Can I move my mic? Yes, I can. I can move it like right here. Nope, right there. Yeah, we're good. If only the delay wasn't here, but yeah. It's not bad. I'm just telling you what it is. I appreciate it, Opta. Opta's good soup. Also, hi, Tibbs. I hope you're doing well. I saw you in chat. I miss your face. I want to inflate Tibbs. I want Tibbs' life jacket inflation one day. But let me bring up chat so I can read it a bit more properly. But what I want to do is I want to go over the binder first. I'll go over the individual cards from the set that I have down there later and organize some of it. But mainly, I want to go over sort of the collections that I have been starting to take more seriously in this binder. Because it's a smaller one, it's just what I've had through the years, and what I've started collecting in time. One of the things that I did want to start collecting, and I have just for the sake of it, after seeing, I can't remember who the YouTuber was that did it, but he was on the hunt for a very rare Digimon card set that was like barely printed, and apparently like the Digimon TCG that happened wasn't really as profound or as big as it could have been. But there were some prints of it, and I did see after that video, can't remember the YouTuber's name, he's like a comedian now, but still, he went over it, it was a whole like video essay thing that he did. Inspired by his video, I ended up getting the whole first set of the Digimon TCG series. The whole set being, give or take, 100-something cards, 60 cards. I basically spent like $150 on this set. I just wanted to say that I had the first set of Digimon cards. And I put them in these sleeves, and this is like the start of my like TCG collection. It's not necessarily like, why is the light being this way? Does this help it? Does this help a little bit? I don't know what helps. But I just organized this and put this together in sleeves for the whole first set of Digimon cards. Let's see, can I move this over? Yeah, I want to see the whole binder. Yeah. Okay, that kind of blinds it a little bit. Well, I feel like you don't really need to see the back of some of these, to be honest. I mean, it's just the back here. But I'll move it around as such. Is there a Maverick card? I actually don't have a Maverick FURSONA card. Remember how there used to be those like FURSONA trading cards that that JFET and MOSFET used to do? Good times. Yeah, those were ended for some reason. I want to go over in like a video with him at some point why it was ended, because he talked about why he doesn't do it anymore. But more or less, it's just like, I remember that being a thing, and it came quickly, it went quickly. Also, ironically, I am wearing a Digimon Flamedramon t-shirt, so, yeah. Kind of cool. Alright. Let's go over this set. Some of these are shiny looking. Some of these aren't. This one's shiny. But I think this whole set was worth, give or take, 150 bucks when I bought it off of eBay. It's just something that I wanted to have as like a collector's item. Just say like, oh yeah, I have the first set of Digimon original cards. They're not like the best value. You can see some of them are a little scratched and dinged up here and there, but it's at least nice to say that I have it. I should probably top load these because they are kind of sticking a little bit out of the sleeves and the binder, but at the end of the day, I just got to get more top loaders, more card condoms, as it were. But yeah, if you were wondering what Beta likes outside of furry stuff and talking about drama, he loves Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. But not really loves Pokemon, truthfully. Like, kind of stopped paying attention to it after Pokemon Black and White 2. I was just confused at that point. Yeah. That's not Battlefield 6. Nova, I have to put my PC into safe boot mode in order to play Battlefield 6 still. I still have not done that yet. But hi, Nova. Could we get a shout out for Nova, who's new to the streaming sphere, who's been streaming recently? Go and show them some love and support. I hope I get to play Battlefield with you later. Nor? Oh, well. Oh, hey, look! There's the God cards! Oh, these are the old ones that I got, too. Yeah, see? I don't know if you can see it here. Let me take one of them out. I think my favorite God card, because he looked the coolest in his original design, was Obelisk. Obelisk the Tormentor. This was when they had, like, a pretty set that my Nana got for me years back. I think this was in, like, when I was 5 or so. But you can see at the bottom, this card cannot be used in a duel. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they're just so shiny. I love how their text has something a little bit different, too. But yeah, these are just more for show, for fun. Wanted to collect and save them. And then those are the Exodia pieces that I ended up getting. Can't remember which set I got these from. And then I gave Exodia a tri-penis. I was wondering for a second, I just looked at it and I'm like, why did I put Swords of Revealing Light there? Yeah, that's probably why. If I were to guess as to what I did when I was putting together this binder years ago, because this binder has existed for a bit, I just kind of gave a quick check of it, but then I kind of forgot, oh yeah, I gave Exodia a triple dick. Give him a literal tripod. So that's fun. But yeah, I have to do the whole safe boot thing to get to play Battlefield, by the way. No, I mentioned that before, but thought I'd mention it again, because why not? But yeah, first page of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff from the old OG cards that I used to collect. I wanted to start a Neos set for the Neos cards that I was collecting, because I had a few of them back in the day. Like, I ended up getting Flare Neos, Aqua Neos, I think I ended up having Shining Flare Wingman and Grand Neos. I have the tin of this still. This is from the tin set. I had really wanted to get Elemental Hero Dark Neos, but just could not pull it in the packs. Same with Chaos Neos, but yeah, a couple of these are cards that I wanted to collect. Some of them are filled through all that. Do you know what Neos is based off of? Not a clue. Couldn't tell you. Neos is directly inspired by Ultraman. Opta, what is Ultraman? What is Ultraman? I don't know what Ultraman is. But yeah, it started a whole Neos set. I wanted to get all the Neos fusions at some point, and then I gave up because I couldn't get all of them. But I had Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, Honest Neos, Elemental Hero Neos Assault, or Alias? Yeah. But my set will continue eventually. Got a few more Neoses, an alternate art, original art, another Shine Flare Wingman. For some reason I have 2. Don't know why. And then a couple of other Neoses. Apparently Neos is like a really good archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, like actually viably competitive. Don't know why. Don't know why this fucker was unbanned, by the way. Don't know why Elemental Hero Stratos was unbanned, but yeah. Would it be better if I turned around the notebook, by the way? Like if I did it this way?
Sonic
maybe?
is staring into my
I feel like
soul
it would be better
and
so you
also
guys
saying
can read it.
just
Oh,
kidding.
that's a lot better.
Mixed
Yeah.
signals, man.
Okay. We're cooking. We're cooking. Yeah. Let's see, and then put it like right there and rotate it. Yeah. Perfect. See, now you can see all the cards. So just to go back a little bit, this is what I have. This is what I have here for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I wish there wasn't any sort of like. Is this from that? Maybe. Maybe if I remove that, that helps a little bit with the lighting. I don't know. The lighting's still gonna be something to be desired at the end of the day. Could I like maybe move it up a bit and then rotate it down? God damn it! I hate this camera so much, man. This phone stand is not exactly the best, but you know you gotta do with what you can. This is still a good view, though. I feel like this makes it a little bit better. Sonic is staring into my soul, and also saying, just kidding, mixed signals, man. Oh yeah, he's up there just in case something in the back shows up that shouldn't. You know, if I have anything on the floor, which I do, but it's in a completely opposite corner of this room. But yeah, at least this looks a little bit better to go through now. The good thing about all the sleeves in here is there aren't any that are on the back, so you don't have to worry about missing any on one of the pages. It's all through the pages directly, so yeah. All these cards are incredibly legal. It's not that Yu-Gi-Oh cards get banned, but rather they rotate out. Yu-Gi-Oh does not have a rotation system. Yeah, some cards get put on like a ban list in the sense of they can't be used in tournaments because they're so overpowered, or they get limited in the sense where you can only use a certain amount of cards in your deck for a tournament. Which a lot of times, whenever I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not tournament style. I just collect the pretty cards for fun, but I do know how to play the card game, and it does look interesting to me. I've been thinking about doing some Master Duel streams here and there, but, yeah, for the most part, this is just, like, the binder of all the cards that I have. And then we get into the old Pokemon cards that I had. So at some point, I decided I wanted to start collecting Pokemon cards. Don't know why, but some of the designs look pretty. Like, the Sceptile here looked pretty cool. The Machamp looked pretty cool. And it was around the time where it was just before Gen 4 ended up releasing. So Gen 3 was like the big one. So they had like Legend Makers here. There's like the Delta species somewhere in here for some of these cards. I have the Lucario, Dialga, and Palkia here. I activate Pot of Greed. See, I'm glad that you say that, because a lot of friends of mine say I summon Pot of Greed, and that irks me a little bit personally. It irks me just a little bit, because you cannot summon Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed is a spell card. You're not summoning a spell card. You're summoning a monster card. And Pot of Greed is not a monster card, it's a spell card. So you play Pot of Greed. You play it, you don't summon it. But yeah, the point being, just a little tidbit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, pretty cards though, by the way. I personally wish I had collected more of like the old set of Pokemon cards from back when Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire were like the big games. Like Gen 3 was the big one at the time. So a lot of these old cards like Walrein EX, like, oh, the design looks so cool, man. I don't know how much this goes for now. Probably not much. But I just wish I could have collected some of these old ones. They just look really cool. Like, there's a few more on these next few pages, too. Like, Kyogre EX looked really cool. The Aggron that I got from Power Keeper. The old EX Emerald Pikachu. Some of these other ones, they just had cool designs back then. There's some other favorites of mine here. Some of these are just like older ones that I kept collected. This one's from a tin. One of the Rayquazas that I have is from a tin. Maybe a Lugia that I have is from a tin. But some of these look really cool. They were really cool designs for back in the day, but I just wanted to keep them, even if they're not necessarily the best. Yeah, the Rayquaza EX, that was the one that I got from a tin. That was pretty cool. 2 Magnazones for some reason. Don't know where those two came from. This is a cool Manectric design. Oh, there's the old Lugia that I had from the structure deck. Okay, so you want to know the history behind these two, why they're looking the way they are? There's a point when I was a kid where I was collecting some of these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like this Gardevoir that I had from the EX Emerald. I'm sure this was worth a lot of money now. And it was a very pretty card. I had a bunch of these. And I used to show a lot of my cards to my friends on like the swing set, like the playground area that I had as a kid out in my old backyard. And I just kind of remember one day I had these cards on me, and I don't know where I put them, like at all. Turns out I had left them on the swing set, and they were sitting out in the rain for like a day or two. So, yeah. Are they scuffed? No, they're actually physically scuffed. Like, hold on, I'll even take these out. Wow, has anyone said how hard it is to get a card out of its sleeve when it's not exactly in the right orientation? Oh my god, yeah. So, like, look at the back of this. Like, you can see the foil on the front. The design on the front is just, like, peeling off. It was a very, very pretty card. I just kind of wish I hadn't left it out in the rain, because now you have this. But, you know, I still keep it as a keepsake. But, you know, this is me as a kid when I was, like, I don't think I was any older than 8. 8 or 9 years old. But, yeah, these are some of, like, the old cards. Crystal Guardians, I think, was part of Gen 3 era. Some of these were getting out of Gen 3 era into Gen 4. But some of these were really, really pretty designs that I kept. And then I'm like, ooh, I want to keep a lot of these. These are some of the older cards that I think my dad gave me. Because he had some Pokemon cards that he was given, and I just ended up keeping them. Like, some of these are really, really old. The Articuno. This one's one of the older holographics that I have. This is a whole page. Yeah, this was one of the ones left out in the rain, too. The Turtwig was very pretty. The Dittos were really creepy. Didn't know what a Ditto is as a kid. That's the thing. I didn't even play the old Pokemon games. I just kind of went into the cards for Pokemon because I thought they looked cool. Didn't know anything about the Pokemon themselves. Didn't know anything about the style or anything like that. But it was still pretty collectum. I have this old, like, Mewtwo movie card thing. Some of these little fact cards. Some Avatar card. Don't know where this came from. There was, like, an Avatar card game that I ended up getting a pack of one day, and I kept it. Burning Blade. Don't think Zuko ever uses this in the series. Could be wrong about it. Giovanni's Magikarp. Is it Magikarp or Magikarp? And why is it the second one? Oh, and now we're getting back into the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some of the pretty ones that I kept through the years. My old Blue Eyes. My old Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon that I got from Newbury Comics. Some of my old... Ooh, this is like an old version of the God card that I got for Slifer. Look at how it's rounded around the edges. Like, the quality is just not there. And that's just the thing, a lot of the quality in these cards just really isn't where it used to be. But I still keep them because they're pretty and cutesy cards. That's pretty much why. You know, I just want them... They look pretty. They make me happy having them. And they're worth a lot of money. This one I got from a manga... or some sort of Shonen Jump book that I got at like a Barnes & Noble or like a Borders. Remember Borders? Remember Borders used to be a thing? Oh boy. But yeah, this card, Victory Dragon, don't know how rare it is, but I remember I got it from getting just like a little news thing from Shonen Jump. And I'm like, ooh, I'm getting it just for the card, and I did. This was from a tin. I don't know if I still have the tin. But yeah. Some of these are pretty cool. You're getting some of the, like, the gold borders around the cards, too. That's from the gold series. I pulled that a lot because they were very pretty, very shiny, and so I put them in here. Oh, I worked so hard to be able to afford this one. I wanted Light End Dragon so bad. I saw this on eBay once, but it was like a $50, $60 card back when it released. It looked so gorgeous and so pretty. Let me see if I can actually take it out. I actually want to see it. Damn. Ah, it's still got that shine to it. I love it. It's not anything of a special card, but it just looks so pretty. Like, look at that! Come on! Maybe I just have a... Maybe there's something wrong with me, because I'm just attracted to, like, the shiny things. Like, ooh, so shiny, so pretty. Explains the life jacket a little bit. But yeah, collected that, and then Dark End Dragon, which was also pretty cool. Don't know what was anything special about those Synchro cards. I just wanted them because they looked pretty. And then just a couple of other ones. Random holographic thing that I have here. The movie card that I ended up getting. I think when I ended up going to see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, I think I pulled Wadapon. My sister pulled Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, and my mom pulled, I think, that Dark Magician one. I thought that movie card was the coolest thing ever. It is. But it's also just not worth running in any deck now. It's also just so extremely hard to play and run. But it's cool. I think it's cool. I agree with you. I agree with you, Opta. It's really cool. Anything special on here? Not really. Some old cards that I collected. This one was an older card that I collected from 5D's era. But they're just mainly shiny. Some of the 5D's dragons that I collected through the tins through the years. I still have the Black Rose Dragon that my sister had. Turbo Synchron. Isn't that in the meta? Where was it? Oh yeah! No, Formula Synchron! This one's in the meta. This one's a meta card that you can use. Believe it or not. That's pretty cool. This was also a tin. This was in some sort of magazine. No, wait. Wasn't this from one of the GBA games? Goblin Fan, I remember seeing from one of the GBA games. Remember if you got any of the GBA games. Why is my chat not showing? Hold on. I'm so sorry. I forgot to enable chat. Chat overlay? Where are you? I wanted to show chat. Where's chat? Oh, Video Ninja's covering it up. Yeah, that's a shame. Very sorry. I was hoping that chat was showing up, but I guess it wasn't. That's a shame. Well, it's there now. Now you guys can see chat. I was kind of hoping it would stay there. But now to anyone watching the VOD, I probably look like a crazy person, which I probably already am. Anything special on this page? Not really. Everything after this one, it's kind of just like whatever shiny, pretty cards that I saw that were pretty cool. Oh, so, never mind. Some of these are cool. So, remember, as a kid, I had wanted to get Magician of Black Chaos. I loved the Dark Magician archetype. Like, as a child, I loved it. And then when Yugi played the Ritual card for Magician of Black Chaos, I'm like, ooh, another Dark Magician. Well, come to find out, they never actually printed Magician of Black Chaos. You could only get it in, I believe, the Japanese set, or from like a separate set that they ended up creating. So I ended up buying this old Ritual set of these cards to be able to have the old Magician of Black Chaos. So you have some of these old Ritual summons from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series that actually I learned about through Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, which was an awesome game, by the way. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. It was so fun. I actually want to do another playthrough of that on here at some point, because it was just that fun, but God, was it hard. But yeah, I kept some of these because, you know, my Nana bought them for me, and I'm very grateful that she did, but I just wanted to keep them in best condition that I really could. So, you know, kept them in here. It's very meaningful to me. I don't know where the rest of them are. I know there's probably a few more that I'm missing, but I'm still happy that I had it. Still happy. And then some of these are old Pokemon cards. They weren't as shiny, but are still pretty cool. Some old ones. Some repeats. 2 Feebas. They're both Delta species. What's going on with them? It's kind of crazy, is it not? And also, thank you for the raid, by the way, Gabriel. I appreciate it. Still really, really cute. It's just taking me back to when I was opening these cards back when I was, ooh. Hello? You are not connected to the run. That is no good. No, there's no bueno. I don't know where some of these... Okay, I don't think... Is this just not gonna pop in? There we go. I was wondering. Oh, I guess there is a backside to some of these. Weird. Because a backside happened. There's a Giratina that I got from a tin. Don't know where this came from and don't know why it's in here. But like the rest of these I don't think have a backside, I don't think. Some of the original cards that I got and kept. Shiny Misty. Arcanine! I love Arcanine. I remember I started collecting the original remake of the series, or the reprinting, because I wanted,
Did you stack 2 cards
Arcanine.
in one slot?
Did you stack 2 cards in one slot? I did for some of them, but not like the super rare ones. Like, these rare ones, I didn't stack in the same slot. And truthfully, some of these cards here aren't really super rare. I guess I did double stack, which isn't bad. I did that for the other set or binder that I have, but those are for cards that I don't necessarily keep or have. So, yeah. But hey, Misty. She's chilling. Don't know what's special here, but pretty cards. Mirror Force. Pretty good card. I remember there was a whole booster set that you could get where you got a lot of these very, very shiny looking cards. Don't remember if they were actually, like, good or not. I don't remember. But, they were just pretty. They're probably not worth much either. They're just pretty from the original set of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Why is my YouTube page not loading? Okay, well, I can't read YouTube chat anymore, so that's a shame. But hey, you know, that's how it be. Oh, we love YouTube streaming. And then I think I doubled up on these ones, too. No, I didn't. A couple of other shiny ones. I should probably move around some of these, because truthfully, they're not really that worth it. Or, like, super big keepsakes as they used to be. So, yeah, a lot of these are still good. But, yeah. Millennium Puzzle card you get from SJC event. I wasn't at the SJC event. Yeah, I don't think I got any of that. But, yeah. This is my original set of, like, the cards that I hold near and dear that aren't top-loaded that I wanted to put into a binder. So with that in mind, let's go on to the more valuable cards, now that we've gone through pretty much the binder of the ones that I wanted to keep. Because we still got 2 more boxes to go through. And if you really want me to, I could show you the whole binder of the other one, which really isn't worth it, because it's so heavy, and there's a lot in here. But yeah, it just basically goes on and on and on and on, and it's no real special cards. Some are Pokemon, some are Yu-Gi-Oh! I gotta organize these better, but I just kind of wanted them all in one binder just so I don't lose them and they're not like clanking around in the tins that I have. So, but either way, let's leave the Pokemon ones for the last, because those are prettier and probably worth more money. Let's go over the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones. I kept them in this legendary collection. I think that's where I got these God cards too, and a lot of the other shinier ones near the end of the binder that I had. But a lot of these I ended up top-loading and keeping in these little sleeves. And they're kind of gone all over the place. Some of them are, like, worth it. Some of them aren't. But I guess to go over, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how I'm organizing these. Some of these I just ended up, like, ordering off, like, Amazon or eBay because I wanted, like, shiny versions of them, like the Regeki, shiny Regeki. Elemental Flame Wingman in the original packaging that they sent it to me. Ooh, okay. This... Excuse me. There we go. This is my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh card. My first TCG card that I got. The Dark Magician from the starter deck Yu-Gi. You can see it there in the bottom right. Little text that says starter deck Yu-Gi. Right there. But yeah, as you can see, this card is not in the best condition. You can see that there's some Scotch tape covering up one of the corners. You can see that every little corner is rounded. And if you notice from the back, it's completely gone. The entire backside peeled off at some point. Deadass. Actually really funny, to be honest. But yeah, this was my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh card as a kid that I got from a structure deck. My first Dark Magician, the original design. Oh, it looks so pretty, even still. I mean, I know it's faded and worn with time, but honestly, it makes me so happy to still have that. But outside of that, in those cards, I ended up going and getting some of the, I guess, shiny, good-looking versions of some of the old cards that I really wanted as a kid, like Dark Magician of Chaos. I always saw this in magazines, and it always looked so expensive, didn't know how to pull it. But I ended up getting it. I don't think it was anything special compared to the other Dark Magicians. Okay, this one is from a set of reprints they ended up doing. And this is special to me because I had always wanted a Magician of Black Chaos as a kid. I wanted this ritual card so bad. The border was blue. The design looked cool. It was very shiny when Yugi played it. I wanted it as a kid, but they never ended up printing this in English till I believe around like 2012, or it might have been 2016. But basically during COVID, I learned that this set in this box that I ended up getting had the Magician of Black Chaos. And so I ordered it. I picked it up. I opened to the Magician of Black Chaos. I sleeved it. I top loaded it. And after I had done that and just realized that I had it, a part of my inner child felt so relaxed. Like I felt like I accomplished and more or less, I don't know. You ever have something where you always wanted something as a kid and you never got it, and then you finally get it as an adult because you can afford it and pay for stuff and buy things with your own money? This is one of those feelings that I had where I had appeased my inner child just from having arguably not that great of a ritual card, but the Magician of Black Chaos. Nothing special about it besides it looked pretty, and as a kid, I really wanted it. So yeah, this card means a lot to me. Not that it's anything special, but it's still pretty cool to have. It's just one of those first moments where I realized I was really appeasing my inner child. So that was pretty cool.
He do look
See, after that, we got a couple of other cards. Got another valuable Slifer the Sky Dragon. Don't know why I top loaded this one. Obelisk the Tormentor. So I have multiple versions of the God cards. I think this is from this set, so that's why I ended up top loading them. After that, we got some random ones like Link Haribo. Got whatever this is. Don't think this is really valuable. Don't know what this card is, but it's also pretty. Some of these are just pretty. Some of them aren't really valuable. This is the best card in the set that I ordered from, I think it was Merrick's set, back when I did a booster box opening during COVID lockdown. Egyptian God Slime. Not really that valuable, but I was hoping for the Ghost Rare Raw. Didn't end up getting it. But hey, Red Eyes Black Dragon with the gold border from the Gold series, so that looks pretty cool. And then a Monster Reborn. And then we go through more of these, because there's so many more to go, all unorganized in this random box. LCO1 is that box? Yeah, Legendary Collection 1. So that's what this is. So yeah, pretty cool. A lot of these cards here are pretty good too. Don't know how valuable they are, but at the end of the day, I'm not really looking for valuableness of it. I'm just looking to collect because I like it. And also, thank you for the 100 bits, by the way. Ember, I do appreciate that a lot. Thank you for the bits all throughout the stream. It means a lot. But a couple of other gold cards that I have. Solemn Judgment. A cool looking Jinzo, because Jinzo was really terrifying as a kid, but also really, really cool of a card. Another Link card, another random card. Flame Swordsman, Link. See, a lot of the Link cards I don't really care about. Shadow. I think this is Shadow. Was this Shadow series? It looked like it was supposed to be Shadow. I know Shadow used to be an archetype. Oh no, I guess this is Frightfur. Well, I guess that's another archetype. Martial Metal Marcher. Mystical Space Typhoon, and a very shiny looking. The Link Monster Salamangrates. God, I remember when that was an archetype that people used. Another Link Summon. I feel like I could be putting these more closer to the camera. Yeah, like this. This is what I actually got from when Moist Critical was selling some of his cards. Whether it was in packs for like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Pokemon cards. I got them as soon as they dropped. Because I felt like I had a better chance of pretty much getting whatever I could from these, or the best chance of getting like a good card. So I ended up pulling this, and I think this is one of the big ones that I got. Quintet Magician. Also, I don't even see the message that's being spammed in the chat. Stalkers, so maybe my YouTube chat's off. Give me a moment. I should probably check out my YouTube stream in another tab just in case something's happening. So let's see, where is it? Live stream. Oh, there I am live right now. I'm going to open my stream in another tab because I can't even check it out normally. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh, that's weird. Why is my chat not picking up some of the YouTube chat messages? That's weird. Is it not connected? I'm live streaming to YouTube, right? Yeah, this is weird. This is weird. Also, weird pendulum monsters. Ew, I hate pendulums. Cyber Dragon thing. This used to be used a lot for, what was it? XZ summoning. Random wolf character that my friend Jay gave me. Chimera Tech Over Dragon. Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, yeah. A couple of other, what is it, Cyber Dragon cards. I actually have a working, running Cyber Dragon deck. So yeah. And then Cyber Emergence. And then a couple more in this box, and then we're pretty much through all the valuable, or I guess near and dear Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I've been through, or had. Just the ones that I decided to keep on me. We're actually blasting through this a lot quicker than I thought. I thought it was going to take a while for me to go through all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I wanted to. More of these. Don't really care. Pretty looking Gaia, the Dragon Champion. Oh my god, Zodiacs. Fucking remember Zodiacs. Aren't like half of them banned now? They were like a big thing in this sense. This set. Dragon Maids as well. There's the gold bordered Black Rose Dragon that I think I got. I opened a lot of the Maximum Gold series too, so that also it's also cool. I'm probably gonna save this for my sister too if she wants it. Time Thief Redoer. I remember a lot of people ran him. Old Dark Magician. What was this from? YGLD. I don't know, some sort of deck or collection, so it's probably not that valuable. The other Dark Magician design from that other episode. This was the access code talker that used to be worth a lot of money. So this was the best pull you could get in the Maximum Gold first set when they released this, and I pulled this, and it was the best card you could get. Access code talker, gold bordered, was $60. It is currently $2. Oh, but hey, I have some of the original Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the and Lackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. I have both of these. I spent a pretty penny on the originals of them. You can even see that they're from the original set. IOC, Invasion of Chaos. And then this one is... Oh, that's not Invasion of Chaos. I don't think this is an original one. Or maybe it is? I don't know. But yeah, Chaos Emperor Dragon is at least original. I don't know what the grading is on it, but yeah, I wanted a Chaos Emperor Dragon because this card has been so banned for so long, but it's still a pretty cool one. I'd say that's probably the most valuable Yu-Gi-Oh card that I have. Lackluster Soldier. One of my friends gave me Galaxy Soldier, which was $7 at the time they got it somewhere. Cyber Dragon, whatever this is called, and then a gold-plated Nibiru. And that's pretty much my Yu-Gi-Oh collection in a nutshell. Pretty much, if I'm being honest. Alrighty. And now we just kind of put this all back together and hope for the best. And then I just put it back in the case, and yeah, that's really it. So this is pretty much my collection in a nutshell. It's not that big. You know, I'm not looking to spend super heavy amounts of money. At the end of the day, I'm just kind of looking for the pretty cards that I've wanted for years. So that's why, for me, a lot of these are so random with the value, or I guess types of cards here. I have to properly organize this, and truthfully, I could have probably done a better job at organizing, but all in all, these are my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I am pretty happy with. But as for the big supposed moneymaker, the Pokemon cards. These apparently are valuable. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I really don't know at the end of the day. I couldn't tell you what is valuable and what isn't. Just could not. But they're still pretty cool to have, if I'm being entirely honest. Again, I remember going through a phase during COVID where I just wanted to get some of like the cards that were worth pennies at the end of the day, just to complete the collection and say that I had it. So that's why for some of these, you know, they're just the generic cards that you get from the original series or set that really aren't worth as much because they're not as pretty, but they're cool looking. Like, for example, I should probably put this off to like the side just so you can see it. I have the X. I'm gonna cut this in half just so I can. Okay, sure. The little X and Y, the reprinting of Rocket Zapdos. I wanted some EX versions of the Regis, since I never got those when the Emerald or Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon cards came out, which the original EX Regis are dummy expensive, so I went for the best alternative, and I got some pretty looking ones with like full art. So you have Registeel, Gyarados, which is not a Regi, but you know, just going through all the random ones we have. Verse Hollow Zapdos that I really wanted. Don't know how much some of these are worth, but... Oh, hey, there's a reprinting holographic Zapdos, so also pretty cool. I have a lot of Zapdos, don't know why. Holographic reprint Machamp. Holographic reprint Nidoking. And the reprint Magneton. Why are you not fully in... There you go. Not fully in its casing. I wonder if Frey would want to be here, by the way. Frey does like Pokemon cards. This is my holographic reprint Poliwrath, and then holographic reprint Ninetales. Some of these I just ended up getting because I'm like, oh, I want the pretty reprints of the original card designs. That's pretty much what I kind of went for as a kid. So, yeah. Holographic reprint Snorlax. And then I just got some of the originals, so like Pidgeotto. Just like the original Pidgeotto from whatever original set that I could get. Just because I wanted it. And I did the same thing for a lot of the common cards. So Pidgey as well. Wartortle. Squirtle. Charmander, or Charmeleon. So Charmander. Ivysaur. I wanted the original legendary birds from the set too. So there's my Moltres as well. There's Weedle. I feel like not many people give love and support to Weedle, so I decided to get Weedle. There's the Kakuna, there's the Beedrill, Drowsy, and then whatever from this next set, which these aren't sleeved. What's in here? Oh, these are the annoying sleeves. This is for this. Okay, so these are the sleeves that you'd get with this package, which have an annoying shine to them. So I put some of the cards that I get from this set in here. You can see some of them. Kangaskhan, Pikachu VMAX, Professor's Research, Palkia, I just kind of put the rest of the cards that I got from this set in here. And they're really not that valuable. They're just pretty at the end of the day. I also ran out of top loaders, so that also is a contributing factor. Wow, I should get into Pokemon card opening. I've got some good hands for this. They're awfully shaky, though. I just need, like, a stabilizer, and then I'm good to go. Elite Trainer Box sleeves are awesome. What do you mean? Is this an Elite Trainer Box? I just know when I put these up to the light, or at least try to look at them on my end, it's not exactly easy to look at. And some of these are repeats as well. I ended up wanting an Entei GX. This is a full art that I got. And then in here is like a couple of other cards, I think. Are there more cards in here? There are. What the fuck? Okay. So there's Entei GX. There's Garchomp. C. Level X. Oh, and then Venusaur. Okay. Don't know how much these are worth, but I'm going to put them in Oh, look at that! I have some pretty sleeves! Whoa, isn't that crazy? Whoa, some sleeves that apparently are really good. Haha. Look, I'm not gonna bash anyone for liking certain sleeves. You need a vibrator, not a stabilizer. I mean, why not both? You know, gotta test the waters to see how well the stabilizer works. By testing the vibrations, you know? It's pretty simple. It's not rocket science in the slightest, let me say. Really isn't. It's pretty simple and straightforward. The Entei looked pretty cool. I think I got this for like $7 on Amazon. A lot of these cards I just kind of wanted to get individually to collect again, so that's why I did. But yeah, a lot of these I just kind of threw into this box. Pretty simple there. Yippee. I'm going to put them to the side and then I'll rebox this whole thing later. But now we have a whole other one. Oh, what are you doing here? We have a Charizard. What is this from? This has to be the X and Y reprint from 2016, right? Yeah, 2016. But it's still a holographic Charizard. Still looks pretty cool, if you ask me. I'm not gonna lie. Looks pretty banging. Like me. I hope. One can dream, you know? One can dream if they are. I have to organize this thing a little bit easier, because it's just not looking as good. Yeah, I'll organize that little box a bit better, but... This is actually one of the Dark Jolteons that I got from Moist Critical's packs that he was selling. This is a little bit into the end of the pandemic, like end of the year, and he's like, you know what, I want to sell some of these. So he sold a lot more of his extra collection. And so I ended up getting this Dark Jolteon from him, which was pretty cool. Got a shiny Greninja, Xerneas, Ho-Oh, Noivern, shiny looking Eevee. Mew EX. Huh? Oh, this is a custom Pikachu. I was wondering what the line was there. That's actually really cute. It's actually really, really cute. It's like a birthday Pikachu. Oh, he's so happy. I love him. Look at that. That makes me happy. I wish I had a birthday celebration like that. One day. One day. Fat Pikachu. I don't even know what fucking Pokemon that is. I never played Sword and Shield. Never. Never did, never will. And then there's the original set that I wanted to start trying to get, Bulbasaur. There's my Regirock EX that I wanted. Not exactly special, but still a Regi. There's Pidgeot. Another one of the Pidgeys that I wanted. There's Moist Critical's personal card. What one is this called? The Machine King. Nutbuster. Harvest Effect. This is one of his custom cards that he got. Pretty cool. Also, this was probably one of the rarest pulls that I had from a single Pokemon card pack at Target. This Sylveon VMAX. I just pulled a random pack one day. I think this was in like February in 2022.
Ooh yeah, baby.
I saw this. I'm like, Is this good? It looks pretty. It's full art, but I don't know how good it is. This Sylveon V Max is like $100. It's like $100. Look at how pretty this is. It's just such a gorgeous, pretty card. I'm not even really a fan of Sylveon personally, but it's pretty valuable. Also, thank you, Ember, for another 100 bits. Woo! Yeah, baby! I love that, man. But yeah, beautiful card there. Ended up getting the reprint of the Blastoise because I wanted it. Oh, that's not a Pokemon card, but I guess it's here. Lost Warrior from another planet. Yeah. There's the OG Articuno that I wanted to get from the Fossil set. And then and then the Zapdos from the Fossil set. So yeah. And then after this, I think we only have a few more. Don't know what this ho is doing in here. It's no special or different from the other ones, so probably take off the packaging off that and put it in the top loader. But yeah, and then after this, we're almost done with all the cards we've been through. These are random dividers. There's another Dark Jolteon that I got from Moist Critical. And then some more sleeves for me to throw things into. Oh, and some random stray cards. What are you doing in here? Oh! There's a Groudon. Team Magman's Groudon. But it's a reprint, so that's kind of sad. And then a pretty looking full art Reshiram, which is also a reprint, which is also kind of sad. But still, looks pretty. Makes me happy. It actually does, though. Anyways, last pack, or I guess set, to go through. We have the Mimikyu that I got, Darkrai, random Floatzel, because I want to keep the pretty looking Buizel and Floatzels, because Buizel and Floatzel are adorable. There's the other one. Another Eevee V Max, Crobat V, Yveltal art, a shiny Coughing that I pulled. Don't know how worth it or valuable this is, but it's still looks cutesy and shiny. There's the Incineroar from the tin that I bought. OG Rattata, Raticate, Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree. Because I wanted to start collecting the original set, and that's as far as I got. But that, after like, give or take an hour or so period, was my Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon collection. Or at least the notable ones at the end of the day. So, yeah. We did it. We went through my collection. There's still more to come. I mean, there's plenty that I haven't gone through at my folks' place that I could probably look for and probably top load and throw in another binder. So there'll probably be a part 2 to this at some point whenever I decide to go through all that, which will require a lot of cleaning out and organizing, but I'll end up doing it. But yeah, this is my collection in a nutshell. Just some pretty cards that I wanted to collect. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this. And, yeah, if you want any of the ones that I have here, send me an offer or something. Because there's a lot of them in the binder that I have in the back that I just do not want. So if anyone wants to buy those off of me, because I'm not collecting some of the repeats that I have, yeah, feel free to send me an offer. I'm not really sure how I'd be able to sell these at the end of the day, but I'd love to try. I'd love to try at some point. But either way, let's get some of these together and organized while I read chat. And also this... Yeah, I'm gonna get this out of the way since we don't need to look at we don't need to look at the screen. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. But either way, that was my collection. It's just a fun little thing that I wanted to go over today. It's not necessarily anything furry related or super interesting, I'd feel. And I feel like this really isn't that interesting at the end of the day, just going through someone's Pokemon card collection, unless they had some really, really cool cards or were known to be a collector. But for me, I just wanted to show something pretty that I found again, because it means a lot to me. These mean a lot to me. It's like time and effort from my grandma and Nana buying me cards when I was a kid, to me even just trying to save up for some of these during COVID. You know, some of these do mean a lot to me. I watch you rip some packs, definitely.
I watch you rip some packs, definitely.
I wouldn't be opposed. What I'd probably want to do with it too. Also, hi Benny. I love Benny. Did you have a good nap, by the way? I think you said you were taking a nap. If I were to do a Yu-Gi-Oh card pack opening, I'm gonna be honest, I would probably want to get the packs, open them, and then donate them to like charity. Because personally, if I were to do something like that, it'd be for the entertainment value. I wouldn't want to do it because I want to like keep the packs or anything. I want to give it to folks who would want to make use of them. So, yeah. Also, hi Sammy. Thank you for the raid, and thank you for all the redeems, Benny. Hi Benny. Hi Sammy. Can we get a shout out for Sammy, and can we also get a shout out for Benny when we can? Benny, how you doing, hon? How are you doing as well, Sammy? I hope you had a good stream on your end. Hi Banana Dad. Wait, you ate the spicy bear? What do you mean spicy bear? Do I have a bear somewhere here? Is this the spicy bear? Technically, it's a spicy bear, if you think about it. Technically speaking. I'm actually going to top load this card, because I have a top loader. Well, yeah, I hope you're doing well, Sammy. We're currently going through my, or at least just did, go through my Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon card collection, because I had a whole collection from back in the day that I never really organized well until recently. So that's what I had been doing pretty much the past few days, and I wanted to go over some of my polls and success. Top loader, yeah, card condom, as it were. So why the hell is this Reshiram taped into the sleeve? I'm just gonna pull this out of the sleeve and put it in a new one. I slept past my alarm, so yes, the nap was so good. Good. But get some sunlight if you can, because I'm assuming you're probably gonna be in VR tonight, Benny. So I'll hopefully get to see you on VR. I know I will be on VR because I haven't been in like give or take a month, and I really miss a lot of my friends who have been asking me to hop on. So that's what I'll probably be doing tonight. But Sammy, I hope you had a good stream on your end. We had a Nitro Gummy Bear. My insides are still on fire. Fiber. Fiber. I'm telling you right now, just take some fiber now. As best as you can. And drink lots and lots of water. But Sammy, I hope you had a good stream on your end. Go and check out Sammy if you guys haven't already. They're a lovely bean. Good soup. Certified. Sweetheart. Go and show them some love and support. And I get to see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks until Megaplex. God damn. Time sure does fly. I'm really excited. I get to see all my friends. Get to have good tink-tinks. Get to talk about drama. And not like petty drama, but actually like concerning drama. Concerning people. Concerning things happening. Get to spill some tea with friends. Yes, please. I'd love all the big hugs from good friends. But seriously, thank you for sending your community over, Sammy. It means a lot. Outside of the 9 million Scoville gummy, what'd you end up doing? What'd you end up doing on stream? I mean, I'm one to be asking what people did on stream. I'm literally just gone over Pokemon cards for 2 hours. It's been 2 hours, and now we're done. What do we do now? I don't know. It's not Battlefield, as Nova pointed out. I should download it, though. Should download Battlefield. I'm actually going to organize some of these now. So I have Pidgeotto. I like tea. Yes, you do. I have so much tea. It's actually somewhat related to the tea from earlier that I told you about, Benny. So much tea. So much tea. I still haven't even played Battlefield 6 because I have to restart my PC and do, like, the secure boot in order for the anti-cheat to work. So apparently I can't do that yet. So apparently it did boot just fine before. So I don't know if I need secure boot. I'm going to give it a shot after this. I don't think I can stream Battlefield necessarily, but, yeah, you know, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, there's my other... What is it? Legendary birds. I'll organize these there. Only takes like 5 minutes. Yeah, but it's just a matter of principle, and I'm also lazy. I'm also very lazy, Benny. I'm a lazy puppy. You know, I'm just throwing these in here. I could care less about how they're organized. They are all top-loaded and secured as well as they can. So I am not in any rush. Apparently, if you can't run it, you have Valorant installed. You can't run if you have Valorant installed? Good thing I don't have Valorant installed. That's still a yikes, though. It's still pretty yikes if you ask me. So I'm going to throw... I think these... Yep, they fit in there just fine. The rest of these go together in here. And then the leftover sleeves and shit go in here. Alrighty. And that is my collection. Not all of it. There's still plenty down here, but, you know, we've gone over the majority of good stuff, so, yeah. We've done our due diligence this stream. What do we do now? I'm down to just yap and chat with you guys for a bit, honestly, because it's pretty early in the evening. Still don't need to do anything immediately. And, you know, I just kind of like yapping with y'all. What's been new with you guys? How have you been? What are you getting up to, Benny, this evening? Same with you, Sammy. Did a silly scuffed IRL webcam with some friends who were visiting before I moved to Germany. Aww, it's gonna be so fun. I'm so happy for you. I'm gonna miss you lots, though. Make sure to take care of Full Metal. Give them good soup. Tell them I give them good soup. I'm also hot right now, so I'm just gonna... This is really our Beta Eta Delota. This is really our Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. It's actually kind of hot in here, so this is rather nice, to be honest. I know it's not really good for the audio quality, but I don't care. Hashtag ad. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag wish I was sponsored, but not sponsored, because why would Beta be sponsored? You know, I should probably get Battlefield set up. I know this weekend friends are playing, so could probably get it very easily set up by tonight. At the very least, I'd like to, even if I don't end up recording a video. Blessed be. Yeah. What is happening? We went over our Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon card collection, and that was our evening. And I had a good time. All I need to do is just figure out what I'm going to be streaming this next week, too. Because there's a lot I do want to stream, but I want more of a plan. I'm thinking... Could probably keep playing some Brock the Investigator. I could probably play through the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses like I wanted to. Probably do some furry meme reviews or some FURSONA reviews or yap about something. But in particular, no big stream plans. Ooh, have a good time at the Renaissance Fair. I've always wanted to go to a Renaissance Fair. I've been a few times as a kid, but nothing too extravagant. Like once or twice, but nothing outside of my young times. It would actually be fun to go as an adult because then you can go and drink beer. Ooh. I feel like that would be pretty fun. Honestly, I'd give it a shot now, knowing that. I would, honest to God, give it a shot. What could I play through right now? Out of curiosity, if I launch the Battlefield beta, is it gonna work? Will it work? You mean piss? Yeah.
Sip.
Yeah. Exactly, you get it. Well, I'm going to try and launch the Battlefield 6 beta from Steam and see if that works. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It just means that I'm set for when I get to play it. Thank you for inflating me, Benny. I appreciate it. Ah, it says Secure Boot is not enabled. Learn how to use Secure Boot at go.ea.com.
Maverick's feet.
Doesn't work.
Maverick's
So
feet.
sad. Guess I do have to secure boot. Can't even figure out a proper anti-cheat. So sad. And they still have all the cheaters in the game, supposedly. Uninstall Valorant? Do I even have Valorant installed? Nope, no Valorant installed. Yeah, I don't even have Valorant installed. I love hearing Moon's voice in that. Same. Moon went above and beyond with that. I'm so glad that he did that so I could have that as a redeem. I gotta ask him if he could, like, do another one, because they're so good. His voice is so meant for that, too. He knows how to fit the vibe of, like, the very... What is it? Very out there fans that very, very much do that. He has, like, the meme voice. He does, too. I was gonna say more like he knows how to do his inner beta fanboy. He's really nailed that, because that is the vibe that I sometimes get. Not from Moon, but just in general from people. So it's like, oh, he knows how to hit close to home there. But yeah. Also, thank you, JP. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good, Restart. Not sure what to do with the rest of my evening. I'm thinking I might want to, honestly, I might want to try going over, maybe working on a video or something. Could do that to wrap up the stream, like edit one of my, YouTube shorts that I have. But truthfully, I'm not too sure. A little unmotivated right now. I feel hot and bothered. I don't really know. I'm bad when it comes to ideas in general. I think this weekend will be a good reset for me, too. Because instead of going around to parties and doing outings and shit, I can just kind of, like, relax at home and get caught up with the things that I need to do. I should have a new video this Sunday, by the way. I don't know what the plan for it'll be, but it'll be a pretty fun one. I wish I was able to upload a bit more frequently, but I just haven't been able to get as many videos done as I'd like to, so apologies for that. But hey, at least we're keeping with the weekly schedule, so that's good. Next time I see you, I'm going to yell, is that Beta 8 at the Loto? Trust me, you wouldn't be the first one. In fact, that would probably attract people as well to do that as well, so if you really want to make me miserable. Can't wait to see you again, Benny. It's been since FWA. FWA. I think it was FW. Yeah, it was FWA. Since FWA, since I've seen you. Soon again. Maybe like MFF or something? If everyone's doing it. Oh yeah, I gotta fill out that lottery too. I forgot. I have to remember to do that lottery because I'm waiting on a friend to get paid so we can register, because you got to register for the con. The con is like $100 to register for, which is fine, but it's just more of like, you know, you got to register, and then if you don't get it, you can refund your stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Shit's expensive! And things aren't getting any cheaper. But hey. Also, I hope you have a good rest on your end, Dagooberisms. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Done with this cons this year, sadly. That's fair. That's how I'm sort of starting to lean towards. At least after Megaplex coming up, I'll have Furpoc, which is an easy local con. But even MFF is up in the air. Like, if I get Main Hotel, which is always going to be a gamble, I'll go. If not, I probably won't go. You know, MFF also isn't that expensive a con either for me, so I'm not too pressed about it. So overall, it won't be bad if it works out just fine. Yeah. But other than that, I guess I only really go for local cons now, or like big cons that I end up doing. I would try NFC, but honestly, it is... Flying overseas, one, it takes a lot out of me, and two, it's expensive. Very, very expensive. I will even say from my last adventure, to Austria. It was pretty expensive. The flights weren't cheap. What would you say the age rating for your streams are? I don't know, man. I'm also not responsible for kids. I'm sorry. I would say it's like, I usually say 16 plus or so in general. But like, I know YouTube, it's different. It's hard. I'd say just like expect mature humor. Expect swearing. It's not like kid friendly. It's like, it's kind of middle of the road. It's weird to say because I'm also not the ESRB either, you know? It's interesting. I found a secure boot spoof utility. I don't know if I want to install another thing. I think I might just do a secure boot on my PC, just like restart it. Keep hitting F12 over and over again. Go to secure boot. And then do that to play the beta. And then stop doing it once the beta's over. The one I took from Copenhagen to Atlanta was only $600, so it wasn't bad, I'd say. That's not bad. That really isn't bad for flying overseas. I guess for me, it was just expensive. Austria is stunning. It was a really, really fun time visiting there. I'm glad that I got to. I do miss it. I do miss the people that I got to spend time with. I am glad to be home, but you know, do miss the good company. A lot of really, really good people there. It was a direct flight too, so I was really glad. That's crazy. My name pronounced the first syllable like Ricky. Ristar. Okay. I'll do my best to remember that, but no promises there. I do apologize ahead of time, but appreciate you for letting me know. But yeah. Honestly, I think what I need to do is like get my butt or kick my butt into gear to get some more videos done. I think that's going to be like my bread and butter for things that I want to do. At least get towards that, and then eventually have like the live stream stuff just be like chill gaming. But either way, I think, I know it's a little early and I didn't really come with any other plans, and it's also because I'm kind of hot. It's rather hot out right now, so I might open my window and turn the fan on after this. I think I'm probably going to end up wrapping up stream here. I know it's kind of an abrupt ending, but, you know, it's just how it be. That's how I do things, sadly. But we will be live again on Monday, day after our upload. So again, keep a lookout on Sunday for a new video. I should have a YouTube short out tomorrow as well. Don't know what's going to happen with that, but hey, we know YouTube shorts are YouTube shorts. And then Monday, we'll probably just do our usual thing. I'll think of whatever fun thing we can do for the week. But I think this week was just more of a chill, fun, relaxing. I'm glad that I stuck to the plans that I did of like Brock the Investigator, furry memes, going over the mod that Marco did for me. We yapped a bunch. And then we went over our Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon card collection. So I'm pretty happy with what we've been able to do today. But I appreciate the good company from you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Also, hi, Hogan. Hope the Hogan as well. But yeah, I think we're going to go and raid out. I'm going to send some love to someone else who's streaming at this moment in time. Who could we go and send some love to? Got plenty of peeps who are on right now. I don't know for how long, though. That's the only thing. I know at least next week I do want to start doing more of those furry meme reviews regularly. So I think we will probably do some like every Wednesday or so, just as a fun little adjustment period throughout the week. Would be fun to do. As for like actual big stream plans, you know, it's kind of hard to say because I'm just kind of here to vibe and chill and play whatever games I'm feeling. So maybe we'll start Duelist of the Roses like I said I wanted to. I don't know. I'll do some brainstorming this weekend. I'll sit down and figure things out. So I apologize if streams have seemed a little bland or throughout the span of this week, but I do appreciate the company. I appreciate you guys coming by, hanging out, asking questions. I appreciate the support greatly. It means a lot. But for now, I am probably going to wrap things up. And I think we'll probably go and raid. We haven't raided Rocket in a hot minute, and they're live. They've been live for around the same time I have, so why not? Oh, they're playing Hitman. Ooh. Agent 47. There's got to be some mod one of these days where it's at a furry convention. I could see that being so poorly put together. It could end poorly, but it could also go well. I would love to see something like that one day. Imagine that. They just get dressed up in a fursuit. Agent 47 in a fursuit. Just to take out the target. Crazy. Either way, let's go and show some love to Rocket. Rocket Fox. Go and raid him. Don't know what the raid message should be, but go and send him all your love and support. Keep him company in chat like you guys have me. Regardless, I appreciate you guys spending the time you have. I have nothing else to say besides keep on the lookout for new projects. I should have some new videos soon. I'm still working on the reviews and recaps of the fandom, the furry detective series thing that's happening, or at least it's been done and over with. But still, we'll go over it when we can. Regardless, I appreciate you guys lots. I will see you all this next Monday. New video on Sunday, by the way, as usual. But go and show some love and support to Rocket. Thank you guys for everything. Take care, Life Stay Jacket. Treat people like people. Especially. And that's about it for me, guys. Brr.